My name is Snow, and I'm my father's only child. What that really means is that I am a lonely child. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted a sibling, a cute baby boy or a girl that I could play with. But my wish stayed unfulfilled when my mom died. The next morning, I woke up to a strange sound. It sounded like a baby? It was coming from the door. Oh my God! I opened the door and I saw an orange-filled crate on our porch and a real baby. So cute! I immediately decided, you are going to be my little sister.
No? Where are you?
That's my dad. I couldn't let him see her yet. He would never let me keep her. So I hurriedly hid her in the crate. The oranges you ordered are here, Dad. They look so sweet and lovely. My dad tried to peek into the crate, but I stepped back.
I'm leaving for work now. Are you sure you want to stay home all by yourself? I mean, going to grandmother's would be so much fun, wouldn't it?
Oh no. No, grandmother, please. I would be fine, Dad. I'm a big girl now. My dad kissed my forehead and headed to the door. He turned the handle and paused when the baby cooed again.
What was that?
I started to cough to distract him. I think something is in my throat. But, I'll be fine, Dad. Stupid me. My dad looked at me worriedly and finally turned to leave. Once I was sure he left, I brought the baby out of the crate and smelt something foul coming from her diaper. Ew. We needed diapers. A woman sitting next to me kept constantly staring at me. Was I looking okay? She then fondled the baby's cheeks. Oh, she wanted to hold her. She picked her up and rocked her back and forth. I watched in awe as the baby suddenly stopped crying. Teach me that! Such a relief. Thank you. She then started to look at me suspiciously. Maybe she was wondering what a 15-year-old was doing with a baby. Sometimes big sisters can take care of their little siblings. By the way, you know where I can get diapers? She told me about a supermarket nearby. Kind lady. I got off the bus immediately. Ugh, that was close. At the supermarket, the weird looks continued. I put her in a trolley and went looking for diapers. Here they are. As I reached for them, I spotted Portia and her sister. Oh no, what is she doing here? She always went everywhere with her sister despite their age difference. I admired her for that, but she doesn't admire me at all. Portia immediately stood in front of her sister when she saw me.
Have you not done enough already?
Once, I accidentally pushed Portia's sister during basketball, and since then, she's been mad at me. I told you that was a mistake. Can we put this behind us, Portia?
We'll see. And whose baby is that?
Oh, meet my baby sister.
You don't have a sister.
Portia didn't believe me, but I let it be. I was here for the baby food. Let me get to it. Here it is. Got it. But where is the baby? I left the baby right here.
You don't have to lie. Not everyone deserves a sibling, you know.
I wanted to scream at Portia for saying that, but I had bigger problems on my hands. I started searching the supermarket, and I was about to give up when I heard an announcement.
A cute little baby is found. If it's yours, please contact the help desk.
I dashed to the desk, and I got the baby back after a series of questions. I had to make up so many stories. Later at home, I was just resting. What a mad day it had been. I snoozed for a moment, but after I woke up, I saw the mess the baby had made. I couldn't believe she had turned the house upside down. She giggled at me again, and I knew I couldn't be mad at her. My little sweetheart, I had to be responsible for you. So I began cleaning up. Oh no, that's Dad's car. I immediately hid the baby at the back of the house. I rushed to the front door before my dad could walk inside, and I said the first thing that popped into my head. Hi, Dad. Could you help me run down to the store? I am out of sanitary pads.
Sure, why not?
I waited for my dad to drive away before I ran back inside. No! I watched in horror as the baby jumped into the pool. I hurriedly jumped in after her, but she paddled away, giggling. Wow, babies can swim? And really well, too. She giggled as I brought her out of the pool and took her to my room. I wrapped her in one of my dresses and left her to play with my iPad, which was now covered in saliva. Ugh. Sitting by the pool, both of us watched Hear My Story videos. I love their stuff. You should subscribe too. The doorbell rang. It must be Dad. Alas, now I couldn't hide it from him anymore. But as I opened the door, I saw a woman. I looked closely and found she looked exactly like my mom.
Hello, I'm Benny. I'm searching for my baby girl.
How was this possible? It felt like I was staring directly at my mom. A lot of questions ran through my head, so I blurted out, "Mom? Is it you?"
I'm not your mom, dear. I'm just looking for my daughter.
Benny showed me a picture of her and the little baby. It was the baby I found.
I think she must have crawled inside a crate of oranges that was shipped here.
I still could not shake the feeling that Benny looked like my mom. Suddenly, I noticed a mark on her neck. My mom had the same. Hold on a minute. I will be right back. I ran into my room and returned with a picture of my mom. Benny looked at me like I had gone crazy.
What's this? Do you understand? My daughter is lost, and you're playing games.
Your baby is fast asleep on my bed. I promised to bring her to you, but I need you to look at this picture. Please. Benny took the picture from me, and I looked at the picture, this time intently. She stared at me and then at the picture again.
That can't be true. My foster parents always told me I had a twin sister, but I just assumed it was a lie.
What is going on here, Snow?
Dad looked at Benny and his face became pale like he had seen a ghost. Well, I guess it's time to say goodbye to my little sibling. Dad, meet Benny. She is Mom's twin. I spent the next few minutes explaining all that had happened to Dad, and I watched his reaction closely. He didn't seem convinced.
My wife never mentioned about a twin.
She probably never knew. I wish I met her. She sounds lovely.
Dad turned to me, his eyes flaming with fire. I didn't need anyone to tell me that he was mad at me.
Why would you keep a baby that isn't yours? Benny could have had you arrested for this.
I just wanted to... Dad's been really mean to me. Well, I don't blame him. I've done some bad things to deserve that. But this time, he yelled at me.
Don't you dare finish that sentence, or you will be grounded for the whole year.
I got really upset. My dad never yelled at me, you know? But something else happened. Dad's voice woke up the baby and she began to cry loudly. Benny tried to calm her down, but her wailing only increased. Can I hold her? Soon, there was silence in the house as the baby stopped crying.
How did you get her to stop crying?
I shrugged my shoulders in response since I had done nothing special. The baby giggled as she tried to play with a strand of my hair, and I thought of a way to make her stay a little longer. Dad, can Benny and the baby stay the night? I am sure she must be very tired.
Sure, that's if she wants to.
I don't mind. My daughter seems so fond of you.
I think we bonded so easily. Maybe I could come visit you sometime too. Benny looked at me strangely, and I wondered if my eyes were playing tricks on me as she quickly flashed me a smile.
Sure. Why not?
I found it hard to sleep at night, and I decided to check on the baby. I was about to knock on Benny's door when I overheard something suspicious.
I have the baby right here. We should get the ransom money for her by tomorrow. I've texted her foolish parents.
My hands flew to my mouth, and I tiptoed back to my room. Was Benny a criminal? And who were the real parents? I had to tell Dad.
You shouldn't make up false stories about another person just because you want a sibling.
I am not lying, Dad. I overheard her phone conversation.
Enough of this already, Snow. Please, go to bed. Now.
Once I got to my room, I decided to do my own research. I googled Benny's name and I found out that Benny was the baby's nanny. The baby was the heir to billionaire parents who owned the largest orange farm in the state. I found their contact and sent them a message about the whereabouts of their child. The next morning, I woke up early and I found Benny already dressed and ready to leave. I knew I had to think fast to keep her here. Were you going to leave without saying goodbye? Benny looked startled to see me.
I didn't want to wake you.
My dad would hate it if you leave without him saying goodbye. I put on a fake smile and I hoped Benny could not tell that I was lying. As I played with the baby, I noticed that Benny kept glancing at the clock. Are you going somewhere?
Oh, yes, she had a doctor's appointment.
Dad showed up before I could say anything, and he invited Benny to stay over for breakfast. I pleaded for her to stay and ensured that she could not say no. Benny ate like she was being chased, and I knew I had to do something to stall.
How could?
Benny looked so angry. She was about to hit me, and when my dad stood up abruptly, she pulled my cheeks in pretense instead.
You remind me of this little girl.
Let me give it a change. I'm sorry for this.
He again looked at me with a stern face. As he went to get a change for Benny, I rushed to the other room and called the cops. Hello? I have a kidnapping to report. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my arm. It was Benny.
You little prick. I'll teach you a good lesson now.
She put a hand on my mouth and was about to tie me up when suddenly the baby started crying.
Now you shut up.
Let go of my daughter.
The baby's crying had alerted Dad. Thank God. Turns out it was the little cutie who saved me. And finally, Benny got what she deserved. The baby's parents had come with the police and Benny was taken into custody. The baby's parents thanked me a lot and even gave me the cash reward. They also promised me that I could come visit her anytime I wanted. It was the best day ever.
That was a really brave thing you did today, and I'm sorry that I didn't believe you earlier.
That's okay, Dad. I'm sorry too for hiding it from you and getting us in so much trouble.
That's okay. You know, I have somebody special I wanted you to meet.
That afternoon, my dad introduced me to a woman he had been seeing for a while. She had a sweet little girl. He said he wasn't sure as to how I would accept him seeing someone again after Mom, so he hid it from me. He's cute. Sometimes, fate plays tricks on us. Something that we could never imagine even in our wildest dreams. I asked for a sibling, and I got two. We went shopping together, and I bought an orange basket for my new little sis. Don't worry, I checked inside. This one didn't have a baby. We bonded and became good friends. It felt amazing being a big sister, finally. Hey folks, happy you've stayed till the end and watched this video. But I see 90% of you haven't joined our fam yet. I'd love it if you can all subscribe now and make Hear My Story one big happy family.